E. What's good, chat? PlateUp. As I said, doing something kind of like one-offy. Just something like to do to fill time. I am addicted to this game. It's so good. I hate it. It's so stressful, but it's like such a fun kind of stressful. And there's like a lot going on. They recently added like some new. I mean, recent 2 weeks. They added like some new like foods and stuff, which is quite fun. Like really interesting ones. It's very fun. It's very enjoyable. It's very stressful. And it's a nightmare. Highly recommend it though. It's totally worth trying out. Roguelike cooking games are quite something. I personally think this game is probably the most enjoyable in multiplayer, but single player is still very, very fun. It's like a very different game though between single player and multiplayer. But yeah, other than that, I think the plan is going to be to start Final Fantasy VII, not 7, sorry, 6, Tuesday. Hopefully all things go well, and I'm capable of doing that. It'll be a good time. I'm going to probably spend some time over the weekend looking some stuff up for it, finding like a good guide. It's just like with 1 through 5. It's not necessarily going to be like, it's not like my first time through it, so like I think my second time through, but it's a tough game, so it's worth having the guide. I mean, it's it's classic Final Fantasy where there's just kind of like a lot going on, and it doesn't always like like point you in the direction of stuff. I don't like tell you where it is or anything. So having maps and stuff is very helpful. But enough of that. Tab in. And let me actually also let me turn off cursor capture for now, just so it's not in the way. I'm currently Spooky Ghost. I think I'm gonna take the ghost outfit off. For now, and I'll go with the vampire cloak. Let me turn the music slightly. So, hot dogs are weird, burgers are real cheap, and fish is very frustrating. And these layouts are something else. That one's not too bad. A little small though. I'm honestly kind of okay with like these all floor ones or all counter ones. Usually a bit awkward to do, but they're not too bad. Hot dogs are just a lot of work. It's like burgers, but without the toppings. Instead, you get essentially like consumables to place on tables, but you have to take them off the table. Steak is kind of like the standard. It's like the first one you do. Fish can be really annoying. Let's do burger. Don't get a lot of money from burgers, but freezer, dishwasher. I might bring the dishwasher. What else I have? Wash basin. No, I'm bringing the wash basin. I have a lot of just like extra lives, but we'll do this. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't look like it will. Yeah, it should be fine. The pachinko should be totally fine. So we don't really need a sink, but I'll hold on to it for now just in case. Only one table to start. Okay. So the important thing here is always organization, making sure things are placed in a way that makes sense, and that will allow me to serve quickly and effectively. I do think table here is fine. Put the sink here, and plates just behind it. I'd almost rather be serving down here, though. Yeah, it's probably fine. That can go there for now. And I think I want buns next to the plates. Right, hobs next to the meat. Have a big line of counters. That can just go there. We don't need that sink. We have the wash basin. We have an extra counter down there. Actually, let me put this here. There we go. That should be good. We have 4 groups. I do think... Alright, so there was like an update recently. Or there was like a thing that they changed recently. Is it used to tell you the expected number of customers, but now they only tell you the expected number of groups. I actually prefer that. So I could have anywhere between 4 and 8 customers, and there's no way to know exactly how many. Rename restaurant. A good name. For burger. I mean, we don't have like any toppings yet. Usually, if I get cheese on top, I'll just call the restaurant chopped cheese. I don't know. Borgus. We are Borgus. This is gonna be a bit of a problem. Grease, as is kind of usually the issue with burgers. They create a lot of mess. Almost forgot I need to ring the phone like crazy, otherwise I'm not gonna have any money. Got 4 individual people. Alright, not bad. Bit short on cash for first day, but not bad. Probably could have been a worse first day. $27. Not enough to buy anything of value, but at least not the important one. This goes in here immediately. And we might get lucky and get a second one. Nice thing is burgers are pretty fast, so you can get away with quite a bit. I'll ring it 3 times. Partially because it's raining. So you need to be kind of careful about that. Okay. Need these people to get out. There we go. Bit rough, but it was a close call, rather. Oh, not too bad. We got there. Definitely could have been worse. Alright, now we actually have money. We can, like, actually buy something. I need to move the table a bit. Hob. Second dining table might be a good idea. I might just add that. Yeah. So I can just place that here. The serving 2 tables is usually about the most you're gonna do. Hey, danger hob. In solo. I mean, 3 if you want to be adventurous. Usually you're gonna do about 2 tables at a time. That's about all you can get done. That was my mistake. That was just some errors and grabbing stuff. I eat plates. I'll say the next big thing to get is plates. Plates is usually one of the first things like worth picking up. All in the last group. Because 4 plates is so little. It really doesn't last long. Fortunately for burgers, there's really not a good way to, like, automate any of it. And I burned it. It's fine. There we go. Got a danger hob ready to go. I think I'm gonna pick it up. Customers come during rush times? Or broccoli as a side? Broccoli serves a good number of people. I'll take broccoli. It's less people to deal with as well. Less people, but more work. Fortunately, I don't really care about any of those. This needs to move. There. One of these is now the dedicated broccoli spot. I'm gonna take the hob. This will be our dedicated broccoli spot. I don't want to lock myself in, so I think this is locked in enough. I should probably upgrade something. Probably a table. Because I don't really need counter space. I don't need a workstation. A freezer is not too helpful. Don't need the bigger bin. And a different sink doesn't really help right now. So yeah, probably dining table. Hope for a fancy table or a simple table. Since I could do a simple table in the spot below. A fancy table up in the corner. Alright. Or table would also be like, I guess, fine. Looks like it's a fancy table. Help if I... This is just kind of like super cooked. And also start fires. So I want to try to keep about 4 burgers ready to go. And they both want it broccoli. So it's kind of going to be the struggle right now is, do they want broccoli? Yes or no? Which is kind of usually the case when you start adding sides and things. Thankfully, broccoli does serve a lot of people, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. With a danger hob, I can kind of cook the burgers quickly. Also burn very quickly. slam the phone for the rest of the night here. Make that $15 extra. And they both want to play. Sometimes it's like that though. Yeah, brothel basically lasts all day. At least for now. So it's not too big of a deal. But this is kind of a day where I want to just like not buy anything. I want to save money because we're going into deco round, and I'm gonna need a good chunk of money. Here's a fancy table. Think we hold on to it for a day. And just don't worry about it. I really only need the one hob if it's danger hob, honestly. I didn't see how many people I was expecting. Usually a good thing to pay attention to, and they want broccoli. One with broccoli and one without. I'm trying to think, like, what am I looking for, right? Okay, one with broccoli, one without. Dude, no broccoli. Clean the table. I mean, honestly, getting like a somewhat of a production line to just like move the burgers down would not be a bad thing. Because right now it does take quite a lot of effort to get all of them over here. Right, or even just like getting the broccoli, like an auto portioner on the broccoli would be good. Increased patience or high standard? Honestly, probably formal. Honestly, I kind of prefer. Like a lot of like the new decorations. A lot of the new like decoration stuff. Or do you still have the Halloween items? I guess not. So brand mascots are insanely good. They are the cheapest for the most value, and I got very lucky to get 3 of them. We're already at 6. Which is like kind of amazing. Eh. I mean, I like the floor, I just don't like it in the particular setting. I think it's probably okay for the kitchen. I usually prefer darker kitchens anyway. I could have the blue floor. Actually, the blue floor probably looks better than... Eh. They both kind of suck. Alright, whatever. Broccoli going. Yeah, like, basically removing all of these counters for conveyors might actually be the play. I mean, maybe not, though. Maybe it'd be better to have, I don't know. A broccoli. Both no broccoli. No broccoli. I mean, why do I even make the broccoli, you know? Like, honestly, nobody wants it. ring the phone. I'm gonna ring it to close the day out, because we shouldn't have too many more people coming in. Be plain. We'll just make the burgers to order. Okay. Fancy table in the corners. Probably what we're gonna do on next day here. 2 burgers, no broccoli. Literally didn't serve broccoli once today. Bit unfortunate. But that's why we ring the phone, so we can make up some of the money. And we know we're doing fine. Easy 2 stars? Food burns faster or coffee? I don't really want to deal with coffee. So I'll take food burns faster. I'm doing okay at not burning stuff, so... Gas limiter. Second research desk. That's immediately going in. The limiter is an interesting one to see. It allows, essentially, you use it on like a danger hob, and it'll burn stuff slower, but like way slower, but it'll cook a slightly less as quickly. Good. So what am I looking for with this? Probably discount desk. Copying desk also isn't terrible. Okay, get that in place. Plain burgers. I also do need some dishes. Oh yeah, that burns real quick. But current customer load isn't overwhelming yet, so it's not too much of a hassle. I mean, I'm still feeling comfortable with the phone, so that's usually a good sign. Might have been a bit much there, but... Again, no... No broccoli, there we go. Broccoli, burger, now. Oops. Couple people out of the rain. Two plain burgers. Then looks like one more burger. I probably should have focused on clearing fancy table. Squeaks out a little bit of extra money from the customers. You have to scam them ever so slightly sometimes, like that. Dogs. Prep stations, that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, honestly, replacing these with prep stations is probably a good call. I actually think I'm okay with copying desk, so... Flip this around a little bit. Oh, I don't have enough money for that. Ooh. Honestly, okay. No, I think the prep station's more important. No, because getting the copy desk would make it better for me to even get a prep station in the first place. I don't need to upgrade it, though. I mean, I could just, like, take a prep station. That wouldn't be a bad thing to do. I guess what would be the point? I mean, burgers are fast. So, yeah. Like, I don't need to really be all that concerned here. Burgers cook really quickly. I don't need research. Then this lets me get more in place like this. Right? Yeah, I mean, allows me to prep stuff way faster. Like, serve tables way faster. Well, I can basically just move the broccoli down. Gives me a lot of time there, too. Well, that's essentially, as far as, like, how I go about solo runs, like, that's kind of just what I'm looking for, is, like, how can I save myself a little bit of time, and where? Like, what can I do to save on just a few seconds? That's usually the important thing, is finding a thing that you can save just a few moments on. Like, obviously it's not a frozen prep station, that's like, the next big step is upgrading this to a frozen, so I have more patties ready to go every day. Scam the customers? I mean, what? Not a scam. No, they chose that table. I didn't choose the table for them. Always good to get a little bit of extra cash. $85 that day, not bad. So I don't really care. This is being bought. But the question is, what am I putting in there? None of these really matter. Dish racks are helpful. In the sense that you can automate dishes a little bit easier with them. But other than that, it's not that important. Honestly, I'll just grab a big plate stack. I do need more plates. 4 is not gonna last for very long. So getting the big 8 stack is good, and then, I don't know, probably like a hob. More danger hobs is always nice. Because I don't need anything else. Worst case scenario, too, I can always just, like, store it for re-rolling purposes. I don't necessarily need to copy it. But a second danger hob, or a safety hob. Wait, I wanted to see, can I put... I can. So I can just pre-prep full burgers. That I just grab out of the box. And everybody wants broccoli, apparently. Yeah, I was curious, but I didn't know if it would work. That's really nice. That I can prep station 4 full-blown burgers. That is also a process that's probably worth trying to find a way to automate. It shouldn't be too hard. But kind of just thinking about it, like, it should be pretty simple to do. It's just going to be a matter of actually doing. Burger. Especially, like, lining this with prep stations is kind of the, like, the end goal plan, I think. In a lot of ways, I can kind of just, like, remove all of the actual work here. Cash. gonna try to scam people here. But we can get as much money as possible. And broccoli's out. Danger hub, because I don't think it can burn in the first place. I mean, that's essentially just what we're looking for. We're just looking for like a second danger hub for the broccoli, and then tools to automate burger production. Should be super easy. I think. It should just be like a couple of conveyor belts, essentially. Personalized waiting allows customers to change their order. Honestly, I hate soups. They take way too long. And they can't change their order really that much. Like, their order would be either adding or removing broccoli right now, which is totally fine. It's an easy thing to not care about. Another hob goes in, I think. Maybe a reroll, actually. No, we have a decker run coming up. For the hob. Throw the table in. Honestly, a simple or fancy table there would be nice. Less stuff to serve or more money to make are both good things to have. Looks like it's simple cloth. Totally fine. I'll move some stuff around if I want to automate it, but it's kind of always the thing. A lot of rainy days. I'm gonna try to scam some people here. We don't need like a lot of money for next round. So it's not super important. We make a bunch of money here, but more money is never a bad thing in the game. Yep, no, I saw that one coming. That taught me anything, it's that I literally can't leave. I can't leave a burger on the hob, I have to just take it. I don't know if I grabbed the burger. Ooh, you guys both want it, huh? Okay. If I had the plate to put the broccoli on. This is not going well. A little too behind at this point, I think. I guess it is one customer. No, there's way too many people waiting outside. I don't have, like, dishes ready to go. I don't have anywhere to put dirty plates. Okay. Also have no burgers ready. Just nothing I can do here. Dang. Well, I mean, you know. Got a wash basin back, so that's good. I got my item back, essentially. Could have been worse. I wonder if they removed the Halloween. I'll do another. Honestly, let's just do the run back. Door is slightly lower this. Fine. Wash basin. I want the run back. Same deal, I think. Same general plan. Same setup. Like, I think the setup was fine, I just think I kind of messed up at the end there. By not being too careful. I moved the table, but only one table might have been a mistake. Under the assumption that it's okay. Because I don't really have much of a choice here. I mean, it should be fine. That's all I need burger-wise. There should be all I need. Yep, there we go. That way I can squeak out a little bit of extra money for today. I do think avoiding the soup was the right call, though. I hate doing soups. They take up so much time. It really, it slows the whole restaurant down to a halt. And they don't serve that many people, which is like a big issue. Alright, not gonna be as gung-ho with the phone today. I'm gonna at least ring it twice to start. I want to be a little bit more cautious. I need one more burger? I think that's all of them. I need to get the plates. Dang, only needed 5 today? Crazy. Nice. Doing well. It was only like day 2. Oh yeah, name. I didn't name it. Yo, that's the good thing about burgers, though, is you can easily get double research tables. So I want to buy a second dining table. No, I think I'm okay. I'm not expecting too many people. Copy desk right away. Be a little lax on today. Well, on 2 of the groups. Gotta focus. Unfortunately, due to the kind of awkward nature of the groups, I have to watch an awkward amount of dishes here. This might sink the ship, but... very close. Alright, there we go. Easy. We got a spare one left over. Cool. We got a copy desk coming up soon, though probably not going to buy it for another like round or two. Create my own patties. I hate that one so much. That's also like, that just takes forever. It turns patties into like a 4-step process. I don't think it's worth it. I would love some of this stuff. Not particularly worth it. I think I'd rather just hold on to the money. Since we're going into a deck around not too long. I mean, buying like a second basic table or like some more plates probably would have been fine. But I don't know. I don't really see a reason to do it. I can wait a little bit. Ooh, that's a lot of people. Not what I was expecting. That might have killed it. I may have just screwed myself with that. Let's see, it depends on how fast it takes for them to order. So I need them to order and just eat. Alright, we're good. Very close call. Did not need to be one. Unfortunately, cleaning up the messes from burgers is also quite a pain. Alright. That's it for the data. 150 is pretty good. I think it's time for a second table. Should be an easy thing to pick up. Usually get offered. And deco round is next round. Second table. Plates are also cheap. More plates wouldn't be bad. There we go. Fortunately, that copy dust is going to sit in there for quite a while. Well, I probably couldn't, oh jeez. Could have gotten away with grabbing it earlier, but rather safe than sorry. I'd rather have enough money for the deck around than if I have extra funds afterwards. Should be pretty easy. Oh my god. I notice sometimes with controllers, putting stuff down can like be awkward. That one does not have a plate on it. So it just kind of happens sometimes. On the rest, I have to click to order here. Just 2 though. Actually, I don't even need to do dishes here. There we go. Alright. Another successful day. Affordable or charming? Probably decrease eating time. Honestly. I don't need to go too crazy, but affordable is usually... Yo, that's a nice floor. Probably old Halloween floor. The only struggle with affordable is, while it is very cheap to buy items, kinda all suck. It's all one... like one tick. Eh, that's fine. What with a restaurant name in a second. Eat. Probably smart to pick up or to do a reroll there, but that's fine. 5 out of 6 is okay. Oh yeah, I should probably name the place, huh? An affordable burger place in the Alpine. So how about Breezy Burgy. Breezy Burgy. It's a dumb name, but you know. But it was creative. I know I didn't. But it speeds up people eating, which is the big thing with affordable. I really only needed 3 on affordable. I didn't really need to go like that hard on it. But the more you have, the better. It's money saved later. Admittedly, I don't need the money as much later, but... no reason not to save a couple of bucks now. Dang it. Dang it! I need to stop for a moment here and just, like, not be backed up on things to do. There's your plate. We make the burger. Big part of the problem there was just that I didn't really have anywhere to put anything. So just like washing the plates real quick will get me the room that I need. Put the other plates down. Hit the plate! But I don't need more plates now. And I just need 3 burgers. Oh, burger. There we go. Okay. Easy. Pumpkin pies. Sure. I don't think I've actually ever done pumpkin pie. This will be interesting. I assume it's going to be just like pumpkin. It's going to be a process. But it's fine. as I don't want to throw that counter out, I kind of have to. Oh man, that pork shard would be great. I mean, I could buy it. I'm just thinking about it. Pork shard would be good for the pumpkin. Or no, pumpkin pie is going to be like make it and done. I need to cook it though. I need a more accessible way to do this. I think it's time to banish the phone. I think that's happening, and I think this is coming down. Well. Sure. I'm not entirely sure how to go about this. I'm gonna just slice the pumpkin. And throw out the seeds. Oh, jeez. Oh, that is a whole process. Okay. I mean, it should... You shouldn't see as many customers, but... Yeah, no, I'm gonna need that... I need that trash can in an accessible location. Pies are gonna be a problem. Hopefully don't get too many people in, I guess. Good thing I banished the phone. These pumpkins is gonna be a problem. Ready for 2 more pumpkin pies, I guess. I know I need 1 right now. Make that 2. Oh boy. I sure messed that up. By taking it. It would help if I had a bun. Generally, people like their burgers with buns on them. Can I burn the seeds? Ooh. Looks like I can. Doesn't look like that helps them. No. I guess learning time. Do pumpkin seeds or do pumpkin pies count for the whole table, or is it 1 per person? Could have enough time to grab the pie. Okay, eat your pie and get out of here. Gotta figure this out. I hope it's not... I need 2 pies here and then I can get away with 1 for the table. That is a dessert pie and not a normal pie. Nope, I need 2. That might be death then, because I don't think I'm gonna have time to cook this before they get angry. It's gonna be close. Oh, jeez. I need a bigger bin. Oh, of course you also want pie. Okay. I didn't realize pumpkin pie was such a struggle. So much extra work. Okay, so I need to find a way to make that easier. Because that takes a lot of time. A lot of time and a lot of effort to accomplish, like, nothing. Hob is going in for sure, but... Garbage can also needs to be accessible now. Danger. I might still grab the safety just because I do need a hob. I think the safety is more important. Or danger is more important. I think taking the pumpkin pie is going to be the end of this. I don't know if I can keep up with the pie demand. It's like everyone wants pie. Oh my god. Especially because I have to burn the trash out. Can I incinerate this? There's like a special garbage can that can do it, but I don't know. This sucks. This blows. I need people to not want pies. Yeah, no, there's absolutely no way. We're just dead. I can't keep up with the pies. They take way too long to prep. Alright. Oh, that was a learning experience. Don't take pies. Pies take forever. That sucked. That was a really bad one. Another extra life. I gotta start just like using those. Like bringing them. Pizza. I love doing pizza. I love pizza. I think of the foods that I have done, I think pizza's my favorite. That's a terrible recipe. I almost like it though. This one I really like. The kitchen's a little small, but I think for pizza it's okay. I just need not too many like sides or anything. That should be okay. I'll grab the extra life, because why not? Use our dishwasher. Yeah. I mean, why not, right? Okay. Try that again. I only need 2 of these tables. Only actually reserved at a time. The thing you can do with tables, if you're having a, you can just remove the chairs, and that'll help. Bring stuff. This can just go off in a corner somewhere. It doesn't. It's not really useful. Okay, so if this is serving area. I need plates and sink up here. It's a bit unfortunate. Or actually, sorry, not sink. I need dishwasher. Gotta have that. So I don't actually worry about the sink. So I just need the sink, buy the oil. I'll actually just put the oil here. Extra counter space for me. Oven can go there. Actually... like that. And then I'll put the phone in that top spot there. Or actually... oh, I can just have it right in. Okay. And then phone can just come down. Alright. Bit janky, but it's fine. Cheesy. Easy. Easy. Cheesy peasy. For those that don't know, that's a neat little trick you can use. I don't only need one, but I'm gonna make two. Never a bad thing to have more pizzas. But thankfully, because it's pizza, I can basically get away with just mashing the phone as soon as the pizzas are ready to go. Because serving them takes like 2 seconds. There's no way it's only 3 customers. Oh. Alright, I guess there's only 3 customers. That kinda sucks. Usually research desk on day 1 is easily possible, but I guess not this time. Alright, 4 groups, 2 pizzas is guaranteed to be enough. So, pizzas it is. Get all that extra cash. That. Unfortunately, I need one more plate. I gotta run the dishwasher. There we go. Probably buying research just today, but we'll see if I get another one. Coffee table. Those are usually pretty nice. Getting double research desk is also really... Coffee table kind of should be a little reckless. Right, because it allows you to have people be in there. Unfortunately, there's 2 things that we really need. Plates is the big one for pizza. You need a lot of plates. Make pizza, like, really... I'll just throw this out. Or actually, I guess we have, like, this little storage room back here. That's the big one, and then the other big one is... 4 groups, okay. Usually a second sink, but I brought the sink with me, so... not as big of a deal. pizza. Pizza's also pretty easy to automate stuff with. I mean, not like automate, but like cutting the pizzas and stuff is like really easy. Again with copying that. But like the first couple days of pizza are pretty quick to do. Goes by pretty fast. Fortunately, with the way this is set up, I don't get to do my usual setup. I do actually have like a way that I like doing pizza delivery to tables. I actually usually like having the tables not be like up against walls and stuff, so I can just like slam a counter in between and just leave a pizza there. It helps. Ooh, big groups or mashed potatoes on the side. Mashed potatoes take a lot of work. They do last a while though. They take a lot of work. The problem with doing group size is I don't really have a good way to serve multiple people. Like, I don't have a good way to get to 4 people is the problem. So I guess it's mashed potatoes. If I were like much further along and like had the resources to like automatically do a lot of that, it wouldn't be as bad, but I don't have those options. I think I'm gonna grab a discount desk instead of a copy desk. There's not a lot that I need to copy here, so a discount desk is arguably a little bit better. So I'm gonna rotate that until it's a discount. Okay. Everything 4 groups again, same sizes, so 2 pizzas again. I also only have the oven, so I need to be a little cautious of that. I need to keep that in mind. I think I'm going to actually avoid the phone today. Because like mashed potatoes do take a hot minute to get prepped. They don't last very long throughout the day. I'm probably gonna actually want 2 sets of mashed potatoes. That is one of the nice things about doing pizza is you kind of get to make the pizzas you need at the start of the day, that you never need to really worry about them again. Like, I know I only need 2 pizzas to serve everyone that'll come in, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I can just set up sides like crazy. Go ahead and phone in the rest of this. I should be good. Oh, that's from our group, alright. Next day is decoration day. It's a little unfortunate. That's a blueprint desk anyways. Okay, fine. It just makes more sense for the oil to be close by to this. I didn't see number of groups, so I'm just gonna make 3. I think 2 is probably still fine. Making 3 should also still be totally fine. Okay. Oh, potatoes. Nope. Had to serve you right away, though. Get the train rolling. Potatoes take so long. They just take forever to cook. That's the problem. Like, thankfully they can't burn, but just with how long it takes for them to actually, like, bake the oven, it's so annoying. I might want to get a microwave if I can, or if I get, like, the option for one. Thankfully this should be enough. And nobody even wants mashed potatoes. That, I think, is the last guy of the day, too. I only needed 2 pizzas and 1 thing of potatoes. Oh, there's one more guy. I definitely do not need this many mashed potatoes, but... That's the thing with pizzas. There's just, like, nothing to do other than serve and take orders. Which is, I think, why I like it so much for solo. It's a really good solo food, because there's just, like, nothing to do most of the time. Then you start adding in, like, the different toppings, and it really becomes a problem. I think affordable is fine. Getting real tacky out here. That's real tacky. Oh yeah, that's disgusting. Perfect. I don't know why, it's just something about affordable. I feel like it needs to be absolutely gross looking. And... not bad. I think, instead of what I did last time where I just blew all my money, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get the 3. Hell. I could go to 5. Pretty safe. No, I think I'm gonna hold the money. I think I'm just gonna try to go all in on it. I don't really care too much though, outside of this first one. Like honestly, like table consumables. It's no. I'm not gonna be putting consumables on any of the tables in the first place. So that's never gonna be an issue. Let's throw this table out. I don't have a reason to keep it. I'm expecting 6 groups, so that is at most 12 people, so that's at most pizzas. So 3 pizzas it is. Oops. Yeah, plate up. I don't really have anything else to do. 3 pizzas, I need to make mashed potatoes out. Automating pizza takes forever, too. Also, I wanted to save money for the discount desk fare. The thing with like pizza, I've noticed, having done many pizza runs, because I just love doing pizza runs. They're so much fun for some reason. The thing that I've noticed is that for the most part, you don't really need a lot to get pizza going. It's mostly in the delivery that your time is spent. Of course you want potatoes. So you just spend like all your time, basically, like you spend like the first half of the day prepping, and then you just don't care anymore. For the rest of the day, usually. Which is good. Less work. Get up! That is the one struggle of having a dishwasher be up here, is I don't actually have an easy way to clean when they make a mess right next to my stuff here. Dishwashers are also, like, kind of slow. I always forget, like, how slow they actually are. Or they do not clean plates quickly. Alright, this should be the last customer. No potatoes too? Nope. Alright. Easy day. And just barely enough for it to count the test. That feels so bad. Customers whose patience been looking at players, that's bad. Ice cream sucks, though. I don't really have a good spot to put it, either. Ice cream is horrible. I hate doing ice cream. Lose patience is fine. They're basically always going to be looking at me, which is why that one, like, really sucks. Solo. I mean, it's not as bad in solo, I guess. It's definitely really bad if you're doing a multiplayer run. It's so easy. They're basically always looking at a player at that point. Otherwise, though, not so bad. I think phone is probably getting dismissed at this point. My prep is already pretty rough. So we'll just jam the phone in the corner here. Okay. I mean, I don't necessarily need 3 pizzas this time again, but 3 pizzas is the safe thing to do. Grab the cheese! Oh my god. I need workstations really bad. And that's like the thing you really want with pizzas. You really need workstation. You can cut your pizzas faster. Or your pizza components faster. Get the potatoes ready. Alright, none of them want potatoes. Good. Basically just serve a whole pizza here. Make that 3rd pizza that I might need today. Yeah, multiple workstations makes this. I should have started that earlier. Would make this so much easier. But unfortunately, you can't quite do that. A dish rack also might be helpful. Just because the dishwasher takes so long to get plates. I don't know why I'm doing that. Dang. I should go ring the phone. A little bit of extra money never hurt. Oh, I never researched. Oops. That's usually a good thing to do. And it's a metal table. Worthless. Literally waste of time. Love to see it. But I guess I've never technically used a metal table, but I don't actually know how bad they are, but they don't seem like they're good. So that's why I'm not going to bother discounting it. There's no reason to discount something that I'm not going to buy. Right? What do they do again? Yeah, 50% less eat time, but also less patience. And sides are optional, which actually, that might be not bad here. It's like really only good if you have like a bunch of sides, I feel. Portioner is really good here. Blueprint cabinet is always an auto buy, in my opinion. Which I can just kind of reorder this a little bit here. There's gonna be a bit of... I mean, the counter is going in one of them. That's for sure. I guess I moved the potatoes, right? Move the potatoes, I can just put the trash can in the corner. Rotate it in a way that I can still maneuver. And then between rounds, I just kind of pick this up and move it. I'll put it through the portion. The portion just helps cut down on time. Since your pizzas get auto-cut, which is nice. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of metal tables. Like, it might be okay, but I don't have, like, so many sides that I actually care. So I guess let's get going. Not cheese, I need the oil heat. I believe it's still 3 pizzas to prep. I didn't pay attention, not gonna lie. But I think it's still 6 people. Which would be 3 pizzas. Man, I really hope that's a workstation. I don't really need it to be a workstation. I'll make 2 pots of potato. Okay, I'm gonna let that do its thing. Nice, workstation. I'm gonna go serve people in just a second. Got the portioner, because it does help. It's not necessary, but it's helpful. Just them on one sides. Table doesn't, so the table gets first. Oh, of course you both want potatoes. Never be easy. Two batches of potatoes, though, should be fine. I hope. Mashed potatoes usually do last a really long time. You get a lot of serves out of them. Oh my god. The sheer amount of, like, messing up there. I don't think I need another pizza. I might, though. Unless that was the last person. I need another pizza. Thankfully, I've got plenty of time. That did kind of suck. Sides? Nope. I believe mashed potatoes are like basically 8 servings or something per potato. So you get a lot, which is good. You're gonna want a lot. Coming up on deco. Throw a dining table in one of these. Combiner is fine. So not that important. Workstation is important. I'll just toss this out. Dining table for sure comes in here. I'll actually go ahead and just grab the portioner. Same thing with this cabinet. Or actually, I'll throw a cabinet down here, that's fine. Don't have to worry about auto plating. I'll just throw the combiner in there, I guess. I mean, it's either that or the hob. I don't think I need the hob, though. I guess I could get potatoes going at the same time. I just throw the hob here. Let's get the hob then. I mean, if it's a danger hob, then that's good. The safety hob, that's kind of useless. I'd rather just take a normal hob at that point. Okay. Eventually, I think I would align a lot of this up with workstations. Like most of this upper part here would be good. I'm gonna flip those just because I tend to cut on these. Yeah, this looks good. Get the research done first. I think that's a simple table, which is not helpful. Okay. It is a safety hob, also not helpful. I need a lot of pizza. But I can cut stuff really quickly now. Which makes the workstation. That's why you really want the workstation, because there's a lot of like chopping with pizzas. And that thing does that. So automatically oops, portion my pizzas. I'm gonna make 2 sets of potatoes here. I'm gonna get 1 potato firing. Okay, just pizzas. It just saves so much time. Right, because I can just move a pizza up and then it'll just automatically cut all my pizza for me. Then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Fire the last pizza. That's gonna burn. Ooh, almost burned. Now we're having the trouble of dishwasher sucks because it's so slow. I don't even know how I grabbed that from there. Because they are actually pretty slow. Need to clean this mess. I mean, why even make the mashed potatoes, you know? Really nobody wants them. That is a fun hack, by the way. If you're having trouble with clearing tables, you don't have anywhere to put something, you can just pick the item up. You can like pick the plate up off the table and it'll work. People will come sit down anyways, they don't care. Whatever did discounts. Actually, it doesn't matter because I don't want either of those. I had to like think about that for a second. I was like, wait a second, I didn't discount anything. Hitting them and not nearby is currently totally fine. Only real struggle is the number of people we're getting. But things are getting faster in the restaurant. Not that big of a deal, and ice cream sucks. So? Because right now, their order is pretty much just, do they want sides or not? This is going in there. That's being purchased. And this can go in. Actually, I'll throw a hob in there. In the thing. Workstation. Throw this over here for right now. Right, okay. So was I right? Simple cloth don't care. And don't care about safety hob. It's not that important. Danger hob is way more important because the potatoes can't burn. there's no reason to have a safety hob that cooks slower on food that can't burn in the first place. Those go in there, by the workstation. Just the counter in here. And that should be good to go. Tomorrow is Deco Day. We'd at least be productive while I'm doing research. I can just make my mashed potatoes for the day. Man with the safety hob, man. Dang, unfortunate. Waste. Alright. Put there. Potatoes are good. I'm gonna make 3 for now. I'm gonna need to make another one later, though. Most likely. But I can get most of it ready to go. And pizza is all prepped, so... Make sure I don't burn the pizzas too, though. Oh, you also want mashed potatoes, huh? I suppose that is an important thing to have in your order. Especially when you order it. Pizza. While I wait on the dishes. Fire up the last pizza for the day. At least I hope it's the last pizza for the day. I can't be too sure. Are you two together or separate? Together. Of course you won't. It'd be too easy if they did. No potatoes on that. Is that it, or is there one more? One more. Literally one more. And do you want potatoes? Do you? Look at that. I'm so smart. Big brain. I mean, this is supposed to be an affordable. I did say I kind of like when affordable is kind of hideous. Another one. Stock pictures are 30, right? Yeah. I think there's enough here, and I could buy it all. It might be a little bit cheaper to do a reroll here. And, well, looking like that was a no, because now I need to reroll again, because I happened to roll poorly. Need one more. Fine. Probably didn't need any of that, but, you know, it's fine. I'll just leave what's in there, it's fine. Unfortunately, automating the process of actually making pizzas is really annoying. Otherwise, I would do it. It's really annoying and takes up a lot of space. That's the standby pizza. And of course they want that. Of course they all want that. Just in case. We'll get a second batch ready. People that doesn't want it first. Fire up another pizza. Oh yeah, I should do discounting. Okay. Hopefully I don't discount the safety hob when I get the floor buffer. I can never tell if it's just like absolute RNG or if I'm just unlucky, or like, or if it like does go in a pattern. If it does, I'm very unlucky. Ugh, yeah. Something too, secondly, the pork start can be used on the mashed potatoes. Oh. Oh, run it. Potatoes. No potato. I'm going to preemptively make another pizza. And I was correct to do that. Alright, nice. Not bad. Floor buffer is going to be great to have. It should be pretty cheap now. It should be like 60 some. Which for $148, it shouldn't be hard to get. Don't need any of this. So dining table and hob can go. The rest of it's pretty much not worth it. Yeah, 63. I'll just buy it at 63, that's fine. I think I wanted to do that first. Dining table definitely goes in. And the hob is kind of only going in because there's really nothing else to put in there. I might just leave that there because I can still move around like this. The floor buffers are nice because they clean the floor and also give you a speed boost. Come on, danger hob. Then with the safety hob. Not necessary. I at least got a good table. And I don't need any of that. Great. I'll make 3 pizzas right now. I'm gonna need more, but 3 is at least a good starting point. open the oven. God. Okay. Go ahead and make the pizza now. Oh my god. Sometimes it's just so hard. Just pizza. I should go ring the phone. Ring it twice. I don't want to get too crazy with the phone. There's a lot of people to serve, and I might need another pizza or two. So I'm gonna make another one. Actually, don't think I need one, but I'm gonna make one just in case. I don't really need any mashed potatoes. And still don't. Not even once today. Wow. Not like that unusual. I made one whole extra pizza. That's okay. Flour buffer was not super useful, but I hate soups too much. I really do. Patience being hidden is annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Rapid mixer. I mean, that could be helpful. What does it do? And hand auction or in action, and it works 50% faster. This is technically a step toward automation. This is trash. This is trash. Bar tables are like okay if you're in a setup where bar tables are good to have. They're like really only good for franchises when you know you're going to need them. I might buy that mixer. Might be worth it. But Catter and Hob. I don't know where I'm gonna put this. Might as well. I want to see if it'll like work the way that I want it to here. This can go in continued storage room. Well, we're almost at the end. We gotta get through a lot. 11 groups, that's up to 22, which divided by 4 is like 6 pizzas. So I'm gonna make probably like 3 of them to start. And just kind of make some more throughout the day. So I can't see their patience, so I don't know how close anyone is to walking out the door. Hopefully none of you want potatoes. No, one of you wants potatoes. Gonna have to wait. If I put this here... Nice! Saves me a lot of work. I kind of assumed that would be how that functions, but it would work as I wanted it to there, but you can never really be too sure with this game sometimes. Some things interact in kind of weird ways. Okay, one potato. The other problem is just dishes taking way too long. We have to do research too. I'm gonna want another pizza here. Not seeing their stuff. They both should be pretty new customers. That's a freezer. That's okay. We can store a pizza. And a safety hop. Okay, that's good. Okay, should be good there. I'm definitely gonna need another pizza. That's fine. I'll probably need one more too. I'll probably need 2 pizzas. I'll make this one and then start making this one. You gotta be a little quick here. Alright, what do you want? I did not mean to do that. Ooh, boy. Whew, accidentally running the dishwasher again almost killed me. Pizza and pizza with potato. Oh, man. That was rough. I don't need to run the discount, but, you know, it's always fun. Actually, maybe a safety hob is okay. Well... yeah. Definitely a coffee table. I mean, honestly, just counter dining table, I guess. Freezers are good. Since I don't have like any pizza toppings, so I'll probably pick this up because it's like stupid cheap, and I can basically just store a pizza right there. Any like leftover pizzas I have can go there, or I can store mashed potatoes there. It saves me a little bit of work. Just it saves prep time on future days. Right. I think that's good. I'll do the same thing again. I'm gonna make 3 pizzas, and then I'll just kind of make more as I need them. How do I put a tomato here? Oh. Interesting. Good to know. I don't think it's too important that I do that, though. But... alright. Anybody? No? Good. Do some upgrading. We should be in the clear. Metal table feels bad. Workstation is nice, I guess. I don't know how long I want. I don't like how many more workstations I want though. Alright, that's everything that. Probably about time I make another pizza. My floor buffers being dumb, as per usual. The floor buffers are usually really dumb. I made an Oreo. I wasn't paying attention. Didn't mean to run the dishwasher, but that's fine. Another pizza coming up. Nice. Easy orders. You know what? I'm gonna throw this in here and then I'm gonna make another. I don't think I'll need. Well, kind of hard to tell, honestly. I think I might need one more. I'm having a hard time getting the order from this table. Don't know why. This is good to know that this works this way. I work with the cheese too. Yeah, like that's kind of like how automating pizza works. Is like a lot of that stuff and combiners. A lot. It's a lot to do. Right? Because you need to get mixers to make these, and then a lot of like smart conveyors, smart grabbers. Kitchen floor protector. I'm buying that immediately. I'm sick of a mess being made right there. I don't know if I need another workstation, honestly. I said workstations are like good, but I don't know if I care. I'm gonna throw the mixer in here. And then I think I want to throw the hob in there again. Continue to try to get a danger hob. If I can get a danger hob, I can possibly get potatoes going a little bit faster. We should easily pass with the extra life, no problem. Alright. And naturally, the floor buffer is being dumb. Floor buffer is always so dumb. Honestly, amazing. Just like how stupid the floor buffer can be sometimes. Okay, you go there. More coffee tables would be good too. Okay. Making these like belts would be good. It would save a lot of time. I'm making the. I don't know if it's necessary, but worst case scenario, I can just throw it in there. Definitely need. No, I definitely need another one. At least one more. Probably like 2 more. So actually, oh. But I got plenty of time. And with the safety hobs. Oh man. I should like take some time to like check the safety hobs, see if it's like re-upgradable, if the hobs are cyclical. I need to kind of. You would want to get a weirdo. And with the potatoes, man. People really want the mashed potatoes now for some reason. I'm gonna make another pizza. That's gonna burn. Yep. I'm gonna make another one for the freezer. There we go. Oh my god. Movement is so hard in this game sometimes. Oh wait, no, put it back. I remembered last second. I was like, wait, I need this. Alright, we're into overtime now. We did it! Cheesy peasy. I'm probably not gonna make this a franchise because I already have one in Cheesy Peasy, I'm pretty sure. Lost extra life regenerate each day, but like a lot more. We'll bring an extra dish. But I don't intend to keep it, so. Actually, I really like that for kitchen floor. I don't know why. Oh yeah, it's deco. So all of this stuff kind of sucks. Non-painting is fine. A plant would also be okay. So I'll grab that too. Okay. Essentially, I'd only be putting stuff in, which I mean, I'm going to. Maybe upgrade it again. Sure. I think it's probably Rapid Mixer or Smart Mixer. Be my guess. I guess I'll just keep the safety hob in here then. Actually, yeah. Can you upgrade that? Not upgradable. Alright. Cool. Let's start the day. I think that's a smart mixer. a situation where we're gonna need a lot of pizza. We are in overtime now, so definitely need a lot of stuff. Counter space is kind of always like a big struggle when it comes to pizza, because you always really need like a lot. I'm burning a pizza. Ooh, almost lost that one. Okay. Grab that potato. Let's have a plate. I don't want another pizza soon. And by soon, I mean right now. While I prep the ingredients. A lot of customers coming right now. Go ahead. Pick up another one. Only one potato. I have just like basic tables, which is kind of crazy. I haven't gotten any like actual table upgrades that matter. And it's all been metal tables, if I remember right. I haven't gotten any of like the actual good table. I think I had a simple table too once. That also doesn't help. I don't have anywhere to put it. This is gonna go in here. I'm gonna make another one. I don't know if I'm gonna need it, but potato. Doesn't look like it. That should be the last board. But never hurts to have extra. Unless you're actually running a business, then you know it's a lot of wasted money. In this game, it doesn't matter. We also now have so much money, it's not even funny. Grabber, that's going in. Heated mix. It's slow, but it can also cook. Interesting. Don't care. This is going in here. I definitely want the grabber in here, but that needs to get upgraded a couple of times. Probably just leave that in there. No, let me put a table in there. Actually, let me reroll. I have so much money. If I can find something worth grabbing like that. Rotating grabber is also worth picking up. But that definitely goes in there, no question. Core buffer can come out here. We don't care. We don't need prep stations. Not on this. Not on pizza. Pizza never really cares about it. Coffee table. Grab the rotating grabber. I think I want it there. Okay. I want it like that. No, I think I want it like that. Actually, no, I think I want it here. Well, I'll just do that. Actually, that makes pizza's like a lot faster to do it that way. So I can place my pizzas there. Yeah. Probably don't need it to be a rotating one, but what we have, so. Prep some potatoes. Eventually the goal is going to be to have like basically all of this just be grabbers. So we need a duplicator, or a duplication desk now. Corner grabber is not that important. Copy desk is what we want. We'll start discounting these. We'll get this done right now while I'm thinking about it, and then I can start working on other stuff. I don't want another pizza. I guess there's the one in the freezer. Always a... But I am gonna want to make more. Definitely would like another pizza, but I also need to get here plates. Let's grab freezer pizza. Pizza. I need to deal with these plates first. Oh! Just run that. Gotta make some room, and I gotta make another pizza. Oh, flip, burn. Dishwasher's really starting to be a problem. Help if I had a plate. I should be fine. We need to make some extra pizzas here. I'm gonna make 2, I think. one for the freezer and one for customer. That should be enough pizza now. Hope I don't need more potatoes. And potato. That's all the customers. Cool. Stressful, but it went relatively well. The dishwasher is kind of the problem now. I actually would almost rather remove it. It's just too slow. Another coffee table. The dining table upgrades. Nice too. About to be in an awkward position here. I think I just do that. Then I can just throw that in the corner. That I'm only copying on. So I think instead of this. Downside is now I can't reach. This is also not being discounted. It's such a small space to be doing this in. Okay, let me set this rotating grabber down. Let me figure this out. Essentially, I need it to be like this, but I also need to be able to, like, maneuver. I need to be able to get in and out of here. Of course, I need to be able to get out of here at the start of the day. It's also not copying on both. That's going on that one. I guess let's just do it like that. Always discount both. Always upgrade both, but only copy the one. Is that right? I don't know. It's probably right. I don't need the knife. I think this is good. It'll be a bit awkward at the start here, but that's it. Get 3 pizzas made. Got the backup pizza. Let me quickly do research. That's just a normal smart grabber now. And that's a bar too. Unfortunate. There. What do we got? 3 normal slices of pizza. I think I want the workstation to be moved down there. cheese. Kind of a wild thing to see there. Yeah, because I'd rather be making all the pizza components right. Leave it in there. Everyone wanting potatoes right now. Need to make a second thing of potatoes. There's a lot of potatoes right now. That is a big line outside. Oh god. And they both want a potato. Line just keeps growing. Okay, cheating it. I don't think we're gonna make it too much farther. Because the problems are just a little too much right now. Problem is the dishes. Just can't keep up. Which is like kind of crazy. Don't grab the tomato. Oh my god. I think I'm just barely gonna squeak out on this one. Which is not a good thing. I still have this pizza. Whoops. Didn't do that. I'm barely gonna make it. Oh my god. I mean, I can't tell what any of their patience levels are at either right now. Also isn't helping. Better. Okay, this was going in the freezer then. I actually did not need a second thing of potatoes. The potatoes last so long. Like, actually, though. Kind of crazy. Bulk processes 20% slower for pumpkin seed as a starter. I don't have room for pumpkin seeds, though. Bulk process is slower. That's gonna kill us. Without a question. Like, this run is so dead right now. Hey, look, a second copying this. Don't care. This is like a lot of rerolls right now. Another cabinet into the corner. But if I could just like automate a lot of the pizza process, this wouldn't be. It's really hard to figure out how I'm gonna get pizza automated. I'm gonna do a reroll here. I don't care about any other counters. I don't care about any sinks. Speed boots would be nice. I have a lot of money, so I can kind of get away with low-end money here. Combiner could be good. If I can find a way to, like, set up the combiner, that could be useful. Let me toss it in cabinet. Another portioner could be good, too. It gives me less room to, like, hold on to the pizzas. So essentially, I would have portioner here. This is where I'd store the potatoes. And then pizza, pizza, pizza. Kind of hoping for more stuff. One more. Another cabinet. If nothing else, it's helpful. So I don't have a way in here now. Oh, the problem is the oven's a little too big. The sink too big? The sink is also too big. Hot stack is definitely too big, but I can probably get away with potatoes. No, potatoes are still too big. Okay. I'm like out of space is the problem. There just isn't enough room to put everything in here. I only need to be copying on one desk. Or on one cabinet. So that I can just do that, and then I'm discounting on all of them, I'm upgrading on all of them, and I'm copying on the one. Which is for the grabbers. I'll do one more. I mean, I don't even know what I'm looking for at this point. That's kind of like the problem, is if I don't even know what I'm looking for, then it's kind of hard to do anything with it. The whole point of the combiner would be to combine tomatoes and peas. Okay. It's gonna go horribly, but... need to put the pizza there to... that's that. We'll get that started. Because that takes so long to do. The microwave would have been really good, actually, thinking about it. Maybe metal tables were worth it. Also didn't realize what I just did with the thing moving it all the way in the corner there. How much that kind of messes with my system here. 1 potato. How about if I put a plate on it? Again, help if I put a plate on it. Go. Grab pizza. Plates. 1 potato. Oh man, this isn't fully done. Keep a steady stream of... That's really all I can do. Let's just try to keep a constant stream of pizzas coming. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. Keep misgrabbing items too, which is not helping. Stop! Oh, so close. Oh, that's the life burn. I also need more pizza, because I'm out. I'm still dead too. Oh my god. Keep grabbing out of the dishwasher when I'm not trying to. Yep, no, nothing I can do about that. That sucks. Oh, up 13 though. Nice breakfast. I got a microwave for free. That's pretty cool. Franchise creation. I'm not gonna create that. Got a scrap for the extra XP. It wasn't like the worst, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling that one. All right, I'm gonna do a small city with breakfast, and that'll be the last thing I do. Breakfast is weird. If you don't know how breakfast works, you bake bread, which takes a hot minute, kind of like pizza. Right, so you bake the bread, and then you have to cut off each slice, and then cook them to make, which is obviously a pretty lengthy process. But you then serve the toast. There you go. It is a newer one that they've done, so I have so many microwaves, I'm just bringing one. That's all. I'll just bring the microwave, nothing else. I need to start using these more, like, I just don't use them. I don't know why, I'm, like, saving them for literally no reason. We are in another small space, so automation is really not going to happen. Maybe some, like, simple ones, but, nothing too crazy. So having 2 ovens is going to be very helpful. essentially, sink needs to be over here. I'm gonna want a second sink pretty early on. It's gonna be one of these kinds of runs where sinks are really important. So do kind of this setup again. This can go in this phone here. Have it go there, and I put that there. And then name. Not excuse me, but ooh, black foods, but I don't know, breakfast. Black West. Ooh, Black West. There we go. Ooh, breakfast. I don't know. I got nothing. This can go here because then you want it closer to the sink. Let's go. Actually, probably don't need 2 things of toast, but or bread. 2 loaves. And that's charred. Oh, I got an achievement. Ooh. Thankfully, the microwaves are actually really nice. They're a little bit slower, but they'll, they automatically stop if they're gonna burn something, which is really helpful. Oh, yeah, I have just a normal sink. I completely forgot about that. Also looks like breakfast is pretty low income, which is not good. I made like no money today. Well, close to a research test. This is going right in here. Okay, we're just going right to the next day. Oops. Yeah, toast burns pretty quickly. I believe you get 8 bread per loaf? Or 8 toast per loaf, rather? Cheat a little bit of money. Looks like 3 toast. Just in case. I feel I want another sink. Like a better sink. That's gonna be, I think, probably priority number 1 is a better sink. Either a wash basin or something else. Basin's probably the best. Maybe more. You might get more than 8, but you get a lot. You get a good amount per bread. There we go. Sink is going in there immediately. And start day. Yeah, I mean, thankfully sinks, I think, now are cyclical. Wasp base, we can kind of get away with a lot. Toast burns so fast. I kinda already know, though I haven't really done. It was like my first like actual breakfast run, I think. I might have done like a co-op one before, but I'm pretty sure this is another one where you add more to the main dish as opposed to a lot of. Or I guess technically it's like a lot of sides, because you can have like eggs and stuff. This looks like you can add eggs. Well, I assume you can. You can cook eggs in this game. It's gonna be a bit awkward on these early days. Even with a microwave. Not only is it so little money. Nice. High expectations, or add roasted pumpkin seeds as a starter. Oh my god. We're just going right in, huh? I'll take the pumpkin seeds. I don't want them, but I'll take them. That wash basin's coming over here. And then I can actually put the sink there. Is that number? Another oven. Could go for 2 microwaves. Why not, right? Screw it. 2 microwaves will be fun. I don't have a good spot for that counter anymore. Do that. Alright. Get it. Get it going. Second table would be nice too, but I think I want to basically wait until I get an upgraded table. There we go, microwave. It just occurred to me, I need the trash can closer. I only have 3 groups coming, so I shouldn't need too much. That's gonna burn. I'm God. Literally goated. Yeah, but I want an upgraded garbage can. I can actually probably get away with doing only 3 groups of customers, so there's only one. Log. I'm gonna need 1 more pumpkin. Maybe 2 more. I'll for sure need 1 more. Looks like I just needed the 1. Hurry up and get out. Thank you. Alright. That going. Here's your starter. Here's your toast. Now get out of my restaurant. Thank you. Goodbye. Alright, deco round next round. It's honestly kind of rough. How much does this cost? 120. Well, it has to sit in there. I can't afford to buy it right now, so. Trash can is gonna go here. So I'm kind of locked into like half of my kitchen. Fine. Alright. Oh, I didn't see how many people had coming today. Looks like four groups. I need to kind of cheat out a little bit of extra money here because I'm not doing great on cash. Yeah, got a pumpkin seed. I think I might be dead. Like, actually, I think that might have just ended the run. I think I got a little too crazy with the phone there. I don't know if I'm gonna eat fast enough. Ah, didn't have the APM. Dang. Well, yeah, we got a free extra life out of it. That was unfortunate. That was a bad one, but I don't really have time for another one because these can take a hot minute unless I like super butcher it. Because you can like tell, like looking at it, right? Like looking at the icon for breakfast, like there's clearly like eggs in there. Toast looks like maybe like hash brown or something. I don't know. Like there's something on it, but I don't know what that would be. Yo, that's a cool one. Those like weird quarter windows are always like kind of fun. That's not a bad one. Like the seeds are also fun to mess with sometimes. So many extra lives. I need to start bringing these like every time. Like bring one thing because you get one back every time. So. But unfortunately, I think that's gonna do it for me. I don't have time to do another run. As stated, Final Fantasy VI starting next week, most likely. I hope. If this, I think is what I'm gonna do. Don't have anything else to really like that I'm thinking of doing, so I think Final Fantasy VI is just a good call. So that's what's gonna start up next week. Been a little bit since we've done a Pixar remaster. It's been a hot minute, so getting through all of those will be a nice like relief in a way. Other than that, so I got exclamation point VODs, pulls up the VODs. Those I don't know. Let's go over there. I'll throw something simple to thumbnail as opposed to yesterday, which I did not put up there. Which is fine. Nothing will be missed. Other than that, oh yeah, 12 p.m. EST is when they go live. Other than that, that's all I got. So until next time.